Don don de don don de don don de don 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 de don don de don don de don. Calling all sisters and brothers of love, calling all nations and angels above, calling all sisters and brothers of love, calling all nations and angels above. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Let us rise, 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 like a phoenix from the fire, and we will fly, 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 higher and higher and higher, and we will stand, 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 in solidarity for this sacred land, and we will lead, 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 with compassion for all humanity. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. And we will pray, 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 for love to show the blessed way. And we will hear, 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 the truth that leads us out of fear. And we will really choose to see those we perceive to be our enemy. And we will be set free with the light that shines in you and me. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. And we will choose to heal the pain we feel, and we will rise above, 'cause we are warriors of love. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you so much, Heather, for that wonderful, wonderful contribution. Heather is one of Inner Light's most treasured musical muses. You know, the word music comes like from the gods, from the music, that celestial sound that's in the other realm. And there are people like Heather who tap into that and who channel that and bring it right here so we can experience a little bit of heaven right here on earth. And I say thank you for that. Good day, good day. I'm Reverend Deborah Johnson, and welcome to the Inner Light Sunday service. Regardless of where you are on the planet, regardless of whatever time of day that it is, know that we are one with you in spirit. We're so grateful for the technologies that we have today that allow us to come together, even though we're in the middle of a global pandemic. And I tell you, this is a time where we just have to breathe. Technically speaking, today is January the 10th, 2021, and we opened our doors on January the 12th, 1997. So we're just entering in our 25th year open as a ministry, completing 25 years as a Vision Corps. And there'll be all kinds of activities that we're going to be having throughout the year celebrating this. And we welcome you to this space with us now. COVID, no COVID. Nothing stops the heart. Nothing stops consciousness. The economy, not the economy. Nothing stops life from being. We have a choice, even in the midst of where we are. You know, this last week, we all experienced that horrific insurrection on our nation's capital. And as a nation, we're still reeling from that and so many other things that are going on. And just remember that God, I call it God, you can call it whatever it is that you want to call it, but the infinite I am, the divine wisdom, the intelligence, that force field, that creative energy out of which everything comes, is still being itself. It doesn't diminish. It doesn't shrink. We are made in and out of it, expressions of it, and we don't need to shrink either. So stand up, be strong. We offer tools for living at Inner Light. That's part of what we're about encouraging people to practically apply universal spiritual principles to all of life's circumstances. One of the greatest tools that we have is this thing called affirmations. They are affirmative activations within our being, because our life is really just our narrative. It's whatever it is that we tell ourselves. It is our self-talk that creates our experience. It's our self-talk that even creates so much of our physicality, of what we are experiencing in our body temples. So we offer these affirmations every week. You can see them on our website. You can catch them on social media as a way for you to recalibrate with us. So we're going to put some on the screen right now and just breathe these in with me. Our theme this month is intention, and our topic today is the intent to bless and be blessed. I have the deepest intent to bless and be blessed. I desire the good for everyone that I desire for myself. Whenever doors of opportunity open, I bring others through with me. I am quick to cooperate and collaborate. I enjoy the synergy of divine ideas working together. I clear out blockages, obstructing my capacity to receive. I release stories impeding my willingness to forgive. I rejoice in the triumph of the human spirit. I am filled with compassion for the circumstances that challenge us. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Those affirmations are always written ahead of time. But I tell you, after a week like we have had, they are spot on. The intent to bless and to be blessed. As I move into my topic for today, I'd like to remind you of a couple of things. We've changed the format so that after my message, we can do a virtual community engagement. There's Zoom links. They're available right now, right where you are, wherever you're streaming. You can join in now if you like to the Zoom group that's going to be streaming this message and everybody's watching it together, or you can join in afterwards. There'll be an opportunity for us to sing together. Stephen Walters is our musical inspiration. There'll be time for you to be in breakout groups and to chat and be in dialogue with one another. So I invite you, even after this message, to please join us. You also can give anytime that you're feeling so moved, anytime that you want to participate in conscious contribution and help to support this message to get out, help us to multiply that consciousness. Those links are available to you too. The theme this month is intent. Intent. Intent and intention. This is more than just a goal. At this time of year, we're so busy oftentimes setting our New Year's resolutions. As we talked about last week, that intent is a place in consciousness. It is an integration. It's a place where we bring into alignment our thoughts, our words, our deeds, our actions, our feelings. We bring them all into alignment because as human beings, we have an extraordinary capacity to be at cross purposes with ourselves. We can think one thing, feel something else, say something else, and do something completely opposite of that. That's why we don't manifest the results that we always want, because we're at cross purposes. Our intent is split. So we have to bring all of that into alignment. The other component of intent is our motivation to purify all of the reasons why we want to do what we're doing, and they come from the highest place, and that the processes that we use are all in sync. They are all supporting whatever it is that the end result is that we want to do. Your intent arrives before you do. Sometimes I tell people, make of your life a ministry. Make of your life a ministry. When I say that, I'm not saying you've got to go to seminary or that you have to become an ordained minister like I am. Ministry, we define at Inner Light, is simply the intent to bless and to be blessed. The intent to bless and to be blessed. Make your life a ministry so that your life is more about just your own self-gratification, that your life is more than just about accumulation and trying to get more, that the motivation for your life isn't simply about trying not to lose or to try to prove yourself to people. No. Make of your life a ministry. Each and every one of us is brought here for a reason. I don't care the circumstances of your inception. Your presence on this planet is not an accident. Each and every one of us is here. And yes, we're here for such a time as this, with that intent to bless and to be blessed. That is a commitment on our part to take everything about our lives, the things we like, the things we don't like, to lay them at the altar is what we say. The universe is like a big recycling center. It's like a big compost field where it takes everything and transforms it into something that's a blessing, so that even the crap in our life becomes fertilizer. The intent to bless and to be blessed. The things that you don't like in your life, the things that have been hard or challenging, or perhaps even shameful. Maybe there's guilt that's associated with it. We allow those things to make us think less of ourselves, They wear on our self-esteem. They whittle away at our confidence. They make us feel like we're not enough, or we're not good enough, we're not deserving enough, or that the things in the outer world are so stacked against us that we have little chance to be successful, that we have little chance to really make a difference or to go forward with our dreams. None of that is true. The real you, no matter what it is that you've gone through, the real you is perfect, whole, and complete. The real you is transcendent of all of the things that you've gone through. And by your presence, by your triumph, by your steadfastness, by your continuing to show up over and over again, you are proof positive it gets better. Your life becomes an inspiration. What we need to see are not people who just have it all together and have never been through anything. We need to see that we can all go through things, we can all grow through things, and come out on the other side better. Better. This is an intent not only to bless, but to be blessed. Just soak that in for a moment. Just soak that in for a moment. There's a practice that I've been doing, and it's been working like a charm. If I stub my toe or something happens that feels like it's assaultive, and there's that quick moment of pain, that hurts. And the tendency for most of us is to say some explicatives, or to, curse, or to say something, and we immediately start rehearsing in our head the hurt, the pain, what we've done, judging who's at fault for this happening, or blaming ourselves. I've been doing this practice of stopping that chatter really quickly and affirming all things are working together for my good. All things are working together for my good. And just saying that to myself over and over and over again. And it's been the most interesting thing. So that even things that I would have labeled bad, I'm getting a blessing out of. I tripped and fell. And I fell at just a spot. It was like I gave myself a chiropractic adjustment. That when I catch myself fast enough, before I start getting into all the story, something happened the other day, and my fingers got slammed in this ice chest thing. And I immediately started, all things are working together for my good. All things are working together for my good. And before I would have imagined my hand getting swollen, I could feel it getting really, really hot. And immediately I went into the freezer and I got one of those ice wraps, and I just kept icing my hand and claiming my hand is perfect. My hand is complete. My hand is whole. My hand is, all these wonderful things. Blessing my hand, blessing it, not cursing the events that hurt or harm, not berating myself for doing something that might have been foolish to have caused the damage in the first place, but blessing the spot that's hurt. Don't get into this old bum back, this old bum knee, this bad back. This thing's going to be the death of me yet. Oh, that's an affirmation. No. The intent to bless and to be blessed. You can do this from the smallest of things, like I'm talking about just the nicks and the bruises and whatnot of the things that are going on. You can do it with the big things. I did some musings yesterday. Never done this before. I was driving up Pacific Coast Highway, that I've done before. And I just wanted to get away to one of the beaches. Just the world was too much with me. And I was just feeling so much from this insurrection, coup attempt on the Capitol. And I was connecting the dots between that and racial inequity things. And I just started recording something. I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. I was just rambling. And I sent it to some people last night. People who said that they want to do social justice work with me, people who are doing social justice work with me. Spiritual community, the Pachamama Alliance organization, of which I'm on the board of directors. Just different people. And what I was sharing were these insights, these teachable moments of how what was happening with this insurrection was such a teaching point for race relations, for the complicity that has allowed things to deteriorate to this amount, to have these insurrections, the denial, calling everything fake news, and you just want to make us look bad. That as a diversity trainer, I see that same thing happening in race relations, the same kind of complicity, the same kind of denial, the same kind of, oh, that stuff really couldn't be all that bad. You must be making that. You must be just trying to make us all look bad. And as I have been watching the news and seeing so many commentators, including President-elect Joe Biden, publicly proclaim this disparity, for it not to even be a question, for them to be able to so clearly see that the way that these insurgents are being treated, these people who have broken in and vandalized and tried to interrupt one of the most sacred and precious things of a democracy, the passing of the torch of leadership. Wow, how they were treated in contrast to the protesters of Black Lives Matters. Unbelievable, the disparity. Did I like what happened at the Capitol? No. And yet there was this jewel that came out of it. There was this awakening, this chance for people to see things up close and personal, kind of the way George Floyd's death, as awful as it was, ignited a whole movement, a whole awakening. The intent to bless and to be blessed. So just think about that for a moment. Just think about that. What are the narratives that are going through your head about whatever, COVID, the economy, your kids being at home, and you're having to be teacher and parent? So many scenarios and so many things going on. And what if you just stopped for a moment? Just stopped for a moment and said, you know what? I'm not going to disempower my own self. I'm not going to disempower my own self with a story of lack and limitation, with a story of insufficiency. And you say, well, Reverend Deborah, that's easy to say, but I don't know how I'm going to pay the mortgage. I don't know how I'm going to put food on the table. See, even in the midst of all of that, make of your life a ministry. Make of your life a ministry. there's always a blessing there. Even if it's no more than to develop compassion for people who've been in that same circumstance before that we weren't as sensitive to. Even if it's no more than that, this constant walking through life with the intent to bless and to be blessed by everything, I promise you, will enrich your life. You will get so much more out of it. You always have something to give. You are always making a contribution. Just being you, just showing up. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for showing up here, regardless of when you're tuning into this, because I know if you're tuning into this, you have fertile ears. If you're tuning into this, something is tugging at your heart and telling you rise above whatever it is that's going on. If you're tuning into this, something is telling you that your life has meaning and value. And we here at Inner Light are here to affirm that. We invite you to continue on. We invite you to join us. We invite you to support, to participate, to check us out on social media. We have so many different activities and things that are going on. If you stay on and check out, if you're already on the Zoom, stay on the Zoom. If not, check out one of those Zoom links that's right there so that you can participate in virtual community. As soon as I sign out from here, we're going to get our praise on, and Stephen Walters is going to be leading us in some prayer. And we say thank you for all of your gifts, for all of your contributions. We know that this is a tough time economically. We know this. So whatever it is that you give, we're so greatly appreciative of it, because we know that it's coming from a place of love. So we just breathe all that in. Join us for some singing and some praying and some talking together with each other. Let us take this consciousness and multiply it. See you.